Hi, this is Karen at Snickerdoodle Designs. Today let's look at a quick and easy way to create a cold weather effect in Photoshop Creative Cloud 2015 using Camera Raw. Next we'll take a look at adding a snow effect using a snow overlay, and this is a technique that can be performed in any version of Photoshop or Photoshop Elements. Last week we used a beautiful layout created by Lucy Creations. That is pictured here on the left, and that tutorial was on how to create a custom drop shadow. Let's go ahead and use that same layout today to create this snowy effect. So this is the before and this is the after. And here is a full version of that layout. And it's really beautiful how it is. I really like it. But if we wanted to add a little bit of a cold weather effect, a little snowy effect, we can do that really easily and quickly. So first of all, we want to make this a smart object, so when we apply our filter to it, it will be a smart filter. And that lets us work non-destructively, which is always the ideal way to work. To create a smart object from this document, we just can right click on the layer and come down here to convert to smart object. And we know this is a smart object because it has this little square at the bottom. Next we'll go up to filter, come up to camera raw, and the document will be opened in the camera raw dialog box. Come over to the FX icon and click on that, and you have a dehaze option here. And all we need to do is drag the slider down as far as we want. I'll take it all the way to the left. That's pretty significant. If you like that, that's fine. I think I like that at about 75%. I'm not going to go into it in this tutorial, but you can play with these options as well. You can add grain if you like. You can also add a vignette if you like in this area here. I'm going to make this just a little smaller. Once you get the dehaze level that you like, just click OK, and it's done. Now you see that the filter was applied as a smart filter, and that means that we can go in and change that if we'd like. What I'd like to do is take a little bit of the haze off her face and maybe a little bit off of the flowers. So I need to make sure my foreground color is black and choose a soft edge brush. And this is a soft edge brush at 800 pixels. Click on your smart object mask, and I'm going to use my left bracket key to make that a little bit smaller. And I like my opacity not at 100%, that would be too sharp of a contrast, so I have dropped it down to 41%. Again, click on the mask. I always just double click on that to make sure I'm on there, and then just click on the face. And now that makes a very subtle change. I hope you can see it on the video, but it does make her face more clear. And then if I want to add just a little bit of color to these flowers and maybe just a tad to the leaves. No, I don't like that on the leaves. So I'm going to change my default color to white and paint back that. Maybe if I wanted to add just a little bit, that would be okay. Actually, I didn't paint over it in full, and it actually does look a little bit better. I'm not going to take the time to play around with this, but you can play around with it however you like, adding, subtracting, whatever you want, wherever you want. And that's how easy it is to use that dehaze, and I just love that. I'm really sorry it's not in the previous versions of Photoshop or Photoshop Elements, but I thought it was too fun not to share. So let's go ahead and add some snow, and you could actually do this in Photoshop or Photoshop Elements, any version that you have. So this is one of my personal use products. It is in the Woodland Winter collection, and it is the Woodland Winter Snow Overlays. So I'm just going to drag and drop it onto this document right here. So here's our original layout with the smart filter applied, and here is the overlay on the top. And to use these overlays, all you need to do is come up to the top of the layers panel, and change the blend mode to screen. And now you see you have these really pretty snow flurries here. So this is without, and this is with. And I think there are 8 different overlays in that pack. So if you don't want the big blurs, there are some smaller ones, some with little stars, but you get the idea. It's just a very simple process of changing that blend mode to screen. And that's how easy it is to go from a layout that is very beautiful, but you want it a little bit cooler in look. So I hope you found this helpful. Thanks for visiting. We'll see you next week.